Hi everyone, Corey here from the Knitting All the Blankets podcast, and it's been a while. My last video was right after we got back from Italy, and yeah, I showed you guys what I got there. And between then, I thought about filming an August episode, but I really hadn't done much, and so there wasn't really a lot to tell you, so I just didn't film. And then August happened. I've got a lot to show you, but before we get to that, I'd just like to remind everybody that there still is, even though I've forgotten to mention it in the last couple podcasts, but there is a 100 subscriber giveaway that is coming up. Once I reach 100 subscribers on YouTube, I'm going to put together a package of mini skeins and do a drawing via Ravelry and all that fun stuff. Speaking of Ravelry, you can find me as craftsbycori, all one word, and that'll be in the description box below. And there's also a Ravelry group for this podcast. So if you search Knitting All the Blankets podcast on Ravelry, you'll find it there. I have also linked it down below for you, because I know that can be really helpful sometimes. I struggled to find a couple of podcasts that I like on Ravelry. Sometimes they're just hard to find. Okay, so I have a chaise attached to my couch, the way my couch is done, and the entire chaise is just covered with stuff. So where to begin? So, if you remember from my last video, I had knit 7 dishcloths out of the Ahoy Ombre. Let me grab one of the balls. Out of the Ahoy Ombre from Peaches and Cream. I still have quite a few balls left. I haven't knitted it all up. And I also had said that one of the trip leaders wanted them all. She bought all 7 of them. Cool. She also commissioned me a few days later to make 2 kitchen towels for her out of the same yarn. So that's pretty much what I spent most of August doing. And here's the first one. And the second one. They are, I want to say 12 inches across, and then, ooh, that's dust. That keeps flying up here. So they're about 12 inches across, no more than that. I need to go get my notes. Pause. The one thing I don't grab, right? Okay, so they are 16 inches across. Well, a little more because they stretch, and 24 inches long. I used my standard bamboo knitting needles, US 10 6mm, and it was the Sugar and Cream or Peaches and Cream, whatever in cream, Ahoy Ombre. I've started to notice that they all kind of match their colorway names now. I cast on 52 stitches, and I just garter stitched every row until it reached 24 inches, and I would lay it out on the floor and get my tape measure. And so these actually did not take that long to do. It was kind of monotonous, and I'm actually surprised I didn't have the occurrence more than once of doing the knit 2, yarn over, knit to the end of the row, which is what I do for my dishcloths. It's the grandma's favorite washcloth pattern. So I'm really surprised that I didn't have that happen. The bind off I used was the stretchy bind off. I had never done this bind off before. I knew I didn't want to do the standard bind off because it would just make the corners really tight. Sorry. This couch is hard to sit on sometimes. And I watched the video of Pink Knits. I'll link it down below. She does a lot of tutorial videos, and I watched hers on the stretchy bind off. Love it. I love this bind off. Where has this bind off been my whole life? So yeah, I use the stretchy bind off for everything now. So 2 kitchen towels for a custom order. Now that I have shown them, I actually finished the second one a week or 2 ago, and I obviously haven't woven in the end yet, but I haven't done the finishing or sent them to my customer because I wanted to show them on here. So 2 kitchen towels. I'm not going to make kitchen towels a regular part of my inventory just because people aren't gonna, for a custom order, I got the price I wanted. I don't think I would get this price at a craft show, so it's not worth my time to try to make them for craft shows. Speaking of craft show inventory, so I have of course been knitting dishcloths. I did have some Ahoy Ombre left over, and I did end up making 2 more. I mean, I've got more balls over there, but I ended up making 2 dishcloths for inventory out of that yarn. And then Christmas, the Christmas yarn, whether it's Bernat Mistletoe Ombre, Peaches and Cream Yuletide, you know, this one. That's just always popular at my craft shows, so I always want to make sure to have a nice stack of them. So I've gotten made about 12 of them, I believe. 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I was wrong. 13. And I have 2 more, I have a little bit more yarn as I'm reaching for stuff left in my little yarn bowl. This one isn't coned up, mainly because I think I had balled it up for some reason, and I just left it like that. My needles keep falling out of my yarn bowl. There we go. But I also have 2 more sugar and cream balls that I went stash diving for. So yeah, you guys know that I don't buy yarn now unless it's on clearance or if it's an indie dyed yarn. So these were on clearance once upon a time, and I went stash diving for Christmas yarn. So I got 2 more of that, as well as 2, 4, 6, 7 of these left, as well as all the other yarn in that room. So I'm gonna try. There was a cat here, and I don't even have a cat. I don't know. So I'm gonna do my best to finish up this little bit before my craft show in October. October 20th is my first show. I did get accepted to the Polk State College Fall Festival this year. I will, as of right now, I am doing it on my own. I did open it up to Tiffy and told her, my normal craft show cohort. She's stepping back from craft shows this year and has done a job change. And she doesn't know if she's going to be able to do it. Fair. I've known this for a few months. I've asked around to some other friends if they want to join me. And I haven't had anybody confirm that they want to yet. So as of right now, as far as I'm concerned, I am doing Fall Fest on my own. So I'm trying to get as much inventory made as possible so that I have enough to sell to not only make back my materials costs, but also my booth fee. And the booth fee is $65. That's a little steep for a one-day show. Just saying. Okay. So in addition to the Christmas yarn, at least, getting that done, The next yarn that was coned up, this is Purple Perk, Bernat Purple Perk. If you've been watching for a while, this color is not a new color. I had 4 of the big honkin' Bernat skeins of this. This is the second one that's been coned up. And that's the next one I'm going to work on if I get through the Christmas yarn. So, also what happened in August was, usually about end of July, beginning of August, Walmart put some of their cotton yarn on clearance. I sometimes catch a lot of it, and sometimes I only catch some of it. And I caught quite a bit of it this time, more than I have in the past. Plus, I've got friends checking their Walmarts too, and one friend brought stuff back from Texas for me that she found on clearance, and another friend, I just haven't seen her to get it. She managed to pick me up a couple cones for $2 a piece, which is insane, at her Walmart, and I just haven't met up with her to get that. This is how I get my yarn, people. But then at my Walmart, grab all my bags. Now, not all of this is cotton, and they're in their bags mainly to keep them contained. Sorry for the noise. Oh, crap. I forgot that I found 2 more Christmas ones on clearance for $1, so I need to throw those in that basket, so I'll get them knit up. Another one that I found, this is Sugar and Cream Oasis. That's what it looks like. And then, and I did buy these because they were on clearance. All of the balls were like, at least were $1. Some of them were 75 cents. I don't remember which was which. Even though I'm not a big crocheter, I've always found these things interesting. And they're the little like Swiss Army crochet hook things. And I always thought they were neat. So, I mean, they're on clearance. And I'm like, ah, why not? If I never use them, oh well. But I've been wanting to get them. The next bag has more cotton in it. I managed to get 2 cones, solid cones of the red and the sunshine for $4 a piece. Yep. So that's awesome. And then the rest of the yarn I got, honestly, it was kind of stash building and also like gift yarn, because these were bought with the intention of making them into gifts. So when I got back from Italy, if you remember the cakes, not variegated, the cakes like this that I got, well, my mother-in-law picked the more neutral one up and said, I really love these colors. These are like my colors. I'm like, okay, that's good to know. Well, then these are on clearance at Walmart. They are, this is the Bernat, what is this thing? They put the Bernat Pops. They're like the Caron cakes, but not Caron. So I've got 3 in this color scheme. And this one got messed up, so let me show the other end. So these are all the same colors. And they were all $2.50 a piece. And then I got these 2. These were also Bernat Pops. And they're these colors. And I'm going to have my mother-in-law come over, or we're going over to her house for lunch, their house for lunch later. I may take one of each with me and go, of these 2, do you like them, and which one do you like better? And that'll give me an idea because for the mothers, both my mother-in-law and my mother, there is a gift planned for both of them. It has not been made because I'm still making sure I'm making sure I have everything and that I can get them done so that they can be gifted at the same time, all of that. So, and they both watch this podcast, so they're probably sitting there going, oh God, what is it? So I know what yarn my mom likes, and she and I have already had that discussion, so that's not the issue. It's been trying to narrow something down for my mother-in-law. So now that I have these and I've shown them on here, when I see her this afternoon, I can go, do you like either of these, and do you have a preference? Okay. So yeah, the moms might be bugging me now for more information. Or they're going to start looking at all my knitting stuff more intently. I don't know. Okay, more noise. And one more bag. So this was the yarn that my friend brought back from Texas because it was all on clearance. And it's more cotton. All my friends essentially know, don't buy me yarn if it's not cotton. Because I'm the weirdo that loves cotton. So this is Strawberry Stripes. I've never knit with this before. And she got me 3 balls of this. And then this one is Sail Away Stripes. And this is a nice soft one. And she got me 3 balls of this. So that's more yarn for my stash and no materials cost. I do reimburse my friends if they'll let me. Sometimes they don't. And then what else do I want to talk about? Oh, so you guys know how I've been trying to figure out the Frankie Brown corner 10-stitch pattern, and I thought I got it at one point, and I haven't picked it up in like 4 months. I haven't worked on my regular 10-stitch blanket in 2 months, and I'm starting to feel the itch to work on those blankets. And I wanted to learn the 10-stitch corner pattern because, you know, it turns back on itself, and, you know, I already know how to do one corner. All right, let me hold up a book for a visual. Okay, so this Stonehenge notebook, I bought it at Stonehenge several years ago. All right, so if I knit straight here and then I turn the corner, I know how to do that from the 10-stitch original pattern, and then come back. It's when I go to turn here and come back this way, so it's this corner. I should really just draw things out. It's that coming back corner that I'm having trouble with. So actually, this is what you guys paid to see, right? Me sitting here drawing on a pad of paper. Okay, so this corner I know how to do, and then come back. It's turning on itself in this way that I have trouble with. So, what I found, I've looked up YouTube videos on short rows, all the different types of short row knitting, and I get lost. And so I found a book called Short Row Knits, a master workshop with 20 learn as you knit projects. It is by Carol Feller. I've checked it out from the library. She goes over several different types of short row knitting. She does wrap and turn, Japanese short rows, yarn over short rows, and German short rows. And I haven't cracked the book open yet, so that's the table of contents. And that's probably what I'm going to do in October, once craft shows have started is I'm just going to sit and read this. I need to renew it, actually. The due date's coming. So I can learn which short row technique works best for me, because I know I figured out the 10 stitch corner pattern before, but I think this would just be a good thing to have in my repertoire. You know, Frankie Brown does the wrap and turn 10 stitch. So, or wrap and turn short row pattern. So I'm gonna see. I haven't looked through the book entirely yet, to be honest, so I'm hoping that there's just something very simple. Because for me, to be able to figure out, you know, this is the easy one. I know how to do that. How to come back on myself, come back on the project. If I can get that down, I have so many ideas I want to do with it. I really do. So that's my motivation. Not just a blanket, but which, yeah, that was the idea for my cotton 10 stitch when I eventually do that one, is to just do it in strips like that and have it weave back on itself. Like, to me, that would be fun, because if you guys have been watching for a while, you know I have saved all of my cotton scrap from all the cotton yarn I've knitted over the years. It's ridiculous. I'm ridiculous. But I really want to make that blanket, because that one's, and it's going to be king size. My magnum opus, as it were. Yeah, so I'm very excited about this book, and I will let you guys know what I think of it. If you guys have used this book as well, please let me know down in the comments, or if you're watching this via Ravelry, please let me know in a thread, or in a reply for the show notes thread. But yeah, that's what I've been up to. Lots of custom orders and dishcloth knitting, and craft show season is almost here, and I am so glad. It's disappointing that I may be doing Fall Fest alone this year, but it is what it is. I've got 2 years worth of product to sell, because we didn't do any shows last year, between me being out of the country and Tiffy was maid of honor in a wedding that was the same day as Fall Fest. So that's a legitimate reason to miss Fall Fest, right? Yeah. And we didn't end up doing any other shows just because of scheduling conflicts. So I know I'm doing Fall Fest, and I will put the link to that down below so you guys can check it out. The other show I'm hoping to do is November 3rd, and that's at the Horsetails Farm. It's a horse rescue up in North Lakeland. Because that one's free and I don't really have to apply for it, I just email the ranch manager and tell her if I'm coming or not. I honestly won't know till after Fall Fest if I'm going to do that one, because if I, knock on wood, the table this is on is wood. If I sell out at Fall Fest, I'm not going to have any product to take to the horse rescue. So it is what it is. So those are my plans. More finalizing final month of dishcloth knitting. I am really looking forward to taking a break from dishcloth knitting and working on my own projects. Starting in probably October is going to be the last time you see me show off craft show inventory, and November and December podcasts. It will be blanket updates and other personal projects. Like, I'm hoping to get back to the boneyard shawl that I need to finish. I need to finish this thing. I really do. I'm 3/5 of the way through it. Well, kind of. Because I have 5 balls of yarn in this shawl, I'm on the 3rd one, so I'm in the 3rd part. I just need to get it done. I do. All right. So, questions or comments below. I'll see you guys next month. Enjoy your knitting, or if you have somebody in your life who knits, make them some tea or coffee and leave them alone. No, that wasn't. That was mean. But still make them tea or coffee. They'll appreciate it. Bye, guys.